Do you know those moments when, despite all your effort and dedication, nothing seems to happen? You plant, nurture, but the fruits just don't appear. Frustrating, isn't it? But have you ever thought that just like a seed grows in the silence of the earth, God also works in secret on your growth? Many times our personal and spiritual growth happens far from the spotlight, where no one can see. While you wait for visible changes, God is strengthening your roots, preparing the ground for something bigger. It's easy to lose heart when results aren't immediate. But remember, what's built in silence has stronger foundations. This phase of apparent stagnation has a greater purpose. Today, we're going to explore why God's timing is perfect and how this invisible process is essential to your purpose. Are you ready to understand how this phase can be the most important part of your journey? Just as a seed needs to be buried in the dark earth before it germinates, our growth often happens behind the scenes, away from the eyes of the world. In the soil, the seed develops strong, deep roots. In the same way, God is working on you, strengthening your foundation so that, at the right time, you will flourish. While we wait for visible changes, it may seem like nothing is happening. But just like the seed that breaks through the earth at the right moment, God is cultivating something special inside you. He is nurturing your heart, refining your character, and preparing you to receive the blessings to come. Sometimes the most significant growth happens when no one is watching. Remember the parable of the sower in Matthew 13, where the seed that falls on good soil bears abundant fruit. Your heart is that fertile soil, and even though you don't see the results now, something powerful is developing. So don't be discouraged by the apparent lack of progress. Trust that invisible growth is essential so that when the time comes, you can bear fruit that lasts. Do you know that feeling of waiting for something that seems like it will never come? Well, the waiting time is not wasted time. It's a period of preparation. Think of Joseph, who, before becoming governor of Egypt, faced years of adversity. Sold by his own brothers, imprisoned unjustly, he could have given up. But each challenge served to shape his character and strengthen his faith. God was preparing Joseph for something much greater than he could imagine. During these moments of waiting, it's natural to question why things aren't happening on our schedule. But have you considered that maybe you're not ready yet to receive what you desire so much? Just like an artist who rehearses tirelessly before taking the stage, you also need to prepare. God uses this time to develop patience, resilience, and other essential virtues in you. So instead of being frustrated by the delay, why not use this period to grow? Invest in your skill, strengthen your relationships, and deepen your faith. When the right time comes, you'll be more than ready to embrace the blessings that God has prepared. And perhaps you'll look back and realize that every second of waiting was worth it. It may seem that things are out of control when circumstances don't change or even worsen. But it's precisely in these moments that we need to remember, God is in control, even when we don't see it. Nothing happens by chance, and every detail of your life is under the watchful eye of the Creator. He sees the big picture, while we only see a small part. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us that God has plans for us. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. This promise shows us that even when we don't understand the paths we're walking, we can trust that God has a greater purpose. He's not indifferent to your struggles. On the contrary, He's working in your favor. Fully trusting in God is a daily exercise of faith, especially when results aren't immediate. True faith develops in silence when we learn to rest in His plans without demanding explanations. So instead of worrying about the details you don't understand, give your anxieties to God. He knows what's best for you and is preparing a future full of hope. Waiting isn't always easy, but practicing active patience can transform this period into something productive and enriching. Instead of just waiting for something to happen, you can use this time to deepen your connection with God through prayer and meditation. Active patience is not passivity. It's a conscious choice to trust and remain steadfast, even when results aren't immediate. Imagine a farmer who, after planting his seeds, doesn't just sit around waiting for the harvest. He continues to tend to the soil, watering the plants and protecting them from pests. In the same way, you can continue investing in your skills, cultivating healthy relationships, and strengthening your faith. Each small action is like watering the seed that was planted, contributing to growth that, though invisible now, will become evident in the future. So use this waiting time as an opportunity to grow and prepare for the blessings to come. Keep moving, even if it seems like nothing is happening. Remember, active patience is about trusting God's process while doing your part. And before you know it, you'll see the fruits of your effort and dedication blossom in your life. Each waiting period can be a disguised opportunity. Instead of seeing this time as an obstacle, how about viewing it as a phase where God is revealing something important to you? Every season of life brings its own lessons and insights. Perhaps this is the perfect moment to discover new talents, deepen relationships, or develop aspects of your character that still need refining. For example, maybe you're waiting for a promotion at work that hasn't come. In the meantime, it could be the chance to improve your skills, learn something new, or even realize that your true calling lies elsewhere. By seeking purpose in each stage, you turn waiting into an active process of growth. It's like finding hidden treasure in a place where you least expect it. A practical tip is to set aside daily time for reflection or meditation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from the current situation? How can I grow during this period? By doing this, you not only find meaning in the present, but also prepare for future phases with more wisdom and maturity. And who knows, this search for purpose may reveal paths you never imagined taking. While waiting for external blessings, it's essential to invest in your inner growth. Often we are so focused on the results we want that we forget to nurture our character, our faith, and our relationship with God. This is the perfect moment to strengthen these areas, building a solid foundation for everything to come. After all, when success arrives, it will be your inner strength that sustains external achievements. Think about how you can develop virtues like patience, empathy, and resilience during this time. Perhaps God is using this hidden phase to shape aspects of your character that will be crucial in the future. Remember that biblical figures like Moses spent years in the wilderness before leading the people to the promised land. They understood that inner growth was fundamental to fulfilling their purpose. Make a list of the areas where you feel God is working in you right now. Maybe it's patience, faith, or trust. By identifying these points, you can focus your efforts on growing, becoming a better version of yourself. And when the blessings come, you'll be fully prepared to receive them. Are you ready to put into practice everything we've discussed today? How about starting right now by fully trusting in God's timing and embracing the growth that happens in secret? Think about the areas of your life where you can apply these principles. What's holding you back from taking that step of faith? Remember, change begins when we decide to act. Growth often happens in secret, away from the eyes and immediate expectations. Just like the seed that breaks through the soil only when it's ready, our lives also follow God's perfect timing. It's in this silent process that He strengthens our roots, shapes our character, and prepares the ground for the blessings to come. Just because we don't see the progress doesn't mean it's not happening. In fact, it's in these moments that God is most active, working on the details that will make all the difference later. It's important to remember that waiting is part of the divine plan. Each challenge faced, each moment of uncertainty, is an opportunity to develop faith and trust in God. By understanding that His timing is perfect, we can rest and set aside the anxiety that so often paralyzes us. The seed doesn't worry about when it will bloom. It simply follows the natural process, trusting in the provision that comes from above. Likewise, we are called to trust that our blessings will come at the right time when we are ready to receive them. Imagine how your life can be transformed by aligning yourself with God's perfect plan. Are you willing to set aside anxiety and impatience to embrace the peace that comes from true trust? The decision is in your hands. Don't let another day go by without taking a step that can change your future. Just as you are growing in secret, continue your journey of growth and learning with us by subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. That way, you won't miss any updates and will continue to receive messages that can transform your life. Let's walk together in faith.